everyone, Draco Magnius here for another episode of Virtue's Last Reward. In the last episode, we learned that Quark was cured of his Radical 6 because, thankfully, both Kay and Alice discovered that there was a cure for Radical 6 up in the laboratory, which is just fantastic. Oh, also, results came in. We allied with Tenmyoji in spite of Clover trying to seduce us with promises of doing anything she asks. In this episode, we're going to see the aftermath of what happened. So without further ado...
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly.
Oh, I almost forgot. I seem to have misplaced my stylus for my recording 3DS, but luckily for me, I have a casual DS with a stylus, so I'm using that one.
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Although I see another problem. After we go through this third round, Kay, Quark, Clover, and Tenmyoji can all get the fuck out of here. There's not really anything Dio, or Alice can do about that. Oh, also Fi and Luna. I don't know why I skipped them. They have 1 point each of them. Alright, but now everyone can tear down Dio for being an asshole who is going to murder 2 people.
Looks like you managed to trust me.
Well, it seems like I made the right choice.
Only did what I said I would.
Really helped me out. Thanks.
I could say the same thing. No need for thanks.
The corner of his mouth twitched into a grin. I felt myself smile a little in response. Clover, on the other hand, looked less than pleased.
That was a bad choice, Sigma. And after I told you I'd listen to anything you said. Oh well, whatever.
She sighed heavily and shot me one last annoyed look and stalked off. Across the room, Dio and Fi were already confronting one another over their own results.
You tried to kill me and Luna. Can't say I'm surprised.
Yeah, he's a fucking murderer, of course.
Don't give me that. You knew exactly what I was doing. I knew you weren't stupid enough to pick Ally.
Then why'd you pick
yourself
Betray?
With Betray, just like I would. Wait, where's Luna?
In the infirmary, looking after Quark.
Is that where Alice went to?
Alice? No, she went into one of the AV rooms with Kay.
Yes, we did indeed enter together. When the doors opened, however, she left, somewhat unsteadily, in the direction of the cyan door.
What?
She left the warehouse?
Indeed.
Oh god, does she have Radical 6 and this is going to be revealed? Surprise! Everyone has Radical 6!
Without even checking the results?
Correct.
Maybe she was just tired. Or maybe we all have Radical 6, and we've given the only cure to Quark. Ugh, I really hope that one isn't the case.
There was little reason to check them.
Yeah, it's not like Quark was gonna betray you.
Indeed.
And you two still choose Ally?
Yeah?
Man, what a pair of bleeding hearts.
Fuck you, Dio!
If you say so. Being mocked for my compassion is a small price to pay for retaining my humanity.
Agreed.
Where did Alice run off to?
While we were in the AV room, she mentioned being quite tired. Perhaps she went to one of the cabins to rest.
Oh, well, I guess that would make sense.
An ominous rumble filled the warehouse.
The ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the ambidex game will be the star round.
I swear to God, if Alice dies again, I'm gonna be pissed. Although, to be fair, it would have been from a different thing than a knife to the chest. Unless they do have her get a knife to the chest while she's sleeping.
Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
We can open the gates as many times as we want?
That means the star keys can be used to play the AB game any number of times. If I understood that announcement correctly, that is.
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. So Pear and Solo is starting to top around a bit too.
Yeah, he did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all of our colors and groups are this time. Within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Alright. I see. Okay. Oh god, I'm a solo this time! Jesus. Huh? Looks like all the colors are weird. Clover's a cyan pair, and Phi's a magenta pair, but Tenmyoji's a yellow pair?
The three solos are red, green, and blue. K's red, Dio's green, and you're blue.
Then how are we supposed to group up for the chromatic doors? I think they're gonna be white this time.
Ah, yes. Dio told me about them. Very interesting.
Yeah. They're white, all of them. I had a good look while I was waiting for Sigma to show up down in the warehouse.
You should have seen them... Fumble. You should have seen them then too, Phi.
Yeah, I did. You're talking about the doors in the Floor B warehouse, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so lay it on us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? Phi nodded and began to explain. Option A. Tenmyoji, yellow, and me, blue, would form Group 1. Phi, magenta, and Dio, green, would form another group. Clover, cyan, and K, red, would form the third.
Huh? Wait, you mean there's only one option?
Yeah. There's no other way we can group up to make white. Alice, Luna, and Quark aren't here to show us their bracelets, so we don't know for sure what their colors are. But it's pretty clear they'll all be pairs, since none of the pairs here have a partner.
Right. That's reasonable. So there'll be yellow, magenta, and cyan, right? So, who am I with again? Tenmyoji and another person? Wonder if it'll be Quark.
Right.
Alright, what now? We've got plenty of time until those white doors open.
Yeah, about an hour it looks like. Well, Tenmyoji, how about we all go back to the infirmary, get everyone together, and you explain what the fuck you were doing with the Radical 6 thing?
I'm gonna go find Alice.
Of course. I'll come with you then.
Clover gave her a shrug, and the two of them headed out through the cyan door.
Do I really need to say it?
The infirmary, right? You're going to go check on Quark.
Yeah.
He gave me a nod and trotted out through the yellow door. That left only the three of us. The asshole, Kay, and myself. What are you guys going to do?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head over to the lounge and have a drink.
Alright, fair enough.
You wanna tag along, Kay?
Are you making fun of me? I find it rather hard to drink with this mask on.
Ah, right, of course. My bad.
Oh, you just didn't... Wow, you're not... Well, you are an asshole, but for different reasons.
Well, I'm out. Later.
Fuck you, Dio. With a lazy wave of his hand, Dio slouched over toward the magenta door. It took me a moment to realize Kay was following him.
Hey, what is this? You following me?
No, you must be mistaken. I hope to investigate Floor B further. There are still several rooms I haven't visited.
Okay, you don't have to tell me your life story. See ya.
Their conversation ended as they reached the door and stepped through it, because splitting the party always a great idea. Alright. What should I do?
Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh?
Of course! I need to get the rest of that story out of Temioji! The words were scarcely out of my mouth before I set off at a dead run toward the hallway toward the infirmary. Huh? There's nobody here. The room was completely empty. I edged forward and peeked around the partition. There he was. Tenmyoji. He was standing next to Quark, apparently oblivious to my presence, looking down at something in his hand. A picture? I must have made some small noise because he suddenly looked up, saw me, and hastily shoved the photo back into his pocket. What was that? It was a photo of something, right? Was it yours?
Forget it. It's got nothing to do with you.
But all of the stuff we had with us when we got grabbed was taken away. Why were you hiding it?
Why should I tell all of you about one measly photo?
Anyway, where's Luna?
I asked her to leave. I wanted to be alone with Quark for a bit. So, why are you here?
I wanted to hear the rest.
The rest of what? What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about that simulated manned mission to Mars. We heard that recording about it.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. I'm getting old. Memory's not what it used to be. Seem to be forgetting a lot of stuff lately.
God damn it, Tenmyoji. Quit bullshitting me. Hey, nice try, pal. You're not getting away with it this time. Hold on, I gotta plug this 3DS and it is dying. There we go, better. You remembered something, all right. You remembered so much you told me it'd take more than 10 minutes to tell us all. Tell it all. Fumble.
You really sure you want to know?
Yes! I didn't come all this way to not hear a story about a manned Mars mission that could end in travesty and chaos. Look, if I wanted to do nothing all the time, I'd be in the fucking lounge with Dio drinking my cares away.
Maybe I'll tell you, and then you'll regret it. Maybe you'll wish you'd kept your fool mouth shut.
Well, regrets are for future me to worry about. This is now me that we have to worry about.
Just think about all the hopes you've got for the future, and all the happy memories of your past.
Meh.
What if what I have to tell you makes everything you've ever believed ring hollow, and the whole world just crumbles around you?
Meh.
You sure you want that?
I'll decide if it's like that in the future. Again, it's for future me to worry about. I'm sure he'll be an existential mess, but it's fine. Hey, come on! You don't need to threaten me.
This isn't a threat. I'm being honest here. Are you really, truly prepared?
Worst case scenario, you tell me the entire world outside of this fucking building is fucked. And then I'll just have to deal with that. Well, of course! I never got the chance to say, I am. Before I could, Fi exploded into the room, her face a mixture of anxiety and fear because probably 2 people are dead.
Good. There you are.
Did something happen?
Alice.
Is dead.
Alice is... Look, just come with me, alright?
Alright, let's go see dead Alice, because apparently the game just really loves murdering the fuck out of her.
She's in the number 2 cabin.
No, yeah, 100% accurate. She's been stabbed, hasn't she? Without waiting for a response, Fi spun around and ran back out of the room. Tenmyoji and I exchanged a quick, confused look, then leapt up and took off after her. And it was probably Dio. Well, if there's a knife in her chest, I know it was Dio. And here it is again. Alice! The first thing I saw when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest. Although things seem slightly different here. There's blood on her wrist. It felt as if I'd walked straight into a brick wall. I stopped short. My body refused to move. No. Why did this happen? I forced one shaking foot forward, then the next. My legs began to buckle, and I put a hand against the wall to steady myself as my heart thundered in my chest. Calm down. Calm down. This looks pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe we can still save her. Then at last, I pressed my fingers to her neck, and those hopes were dashed. Wait a minute, that doesn't look like the knife. No pulse. Looks like a scalpel, actually. Clearly, she wasn't breathing either. Her pupils had dilated hideously, making her face seem somehow inhuman. No. No, it's not true! Why? Then I noticed it. All the blood must have distracted me, but now I saw there was a scalpel buried in her chest. I mean, I guess it's slightly different from Dio's knife, but could still be Dio. Judging by the position of the handle, she had been stabbed through the heart. I felt a sympathetic twinge of pain in my own chest, and my stomach lurched. Bile and hopelessness rose up in my throat. I stood, hands balled tightly into white-knuckled fists, and took a deep breath. All around the room were the rest of the Nonary Games participants, except, of course, for Quark, who had been comatose for like 90% of this situation. I wanted to ask which one of them had killed her. Even if it had been one of them, though there was no way they'd answer. All I could do was stare at each one of them in turn, asking myself, is this person a murderer? The looks they traded with one another suggested that I wasn't the only person wondering if they were standing next to a killer. An unsettling silence filled the room. Clover was the first to speak.
Who did this? Say something! Answer me! Please, Clover, calm down. We don't even know if she was killed.
Actually, that's a fair point now that I think about it. If she had Radical 6, like Quark, she may have just ended her own life.
Then what happened? An accident? You think a scalpel just dropped from the ceiling and stabbed her?
Cool it, kid.
You did it, didn't you?
I mean, yeah, probably. Like, I don't mean to encourage, like, hysteria, but yeah, Clover, he's probably the one who did it. Out of all the people in this room, he's a confirmed murderer. I mean, so are you, but that's neither here nor there.
Are you nuts?
Then who did it? Who killed her?
Clover, even if we assume that she was murdered, that doesn't necessarily mean the killer was one of us, does it?
Wait a minute. You went into the AB room with Alice during the last round, didn't you? Something happened in there, didn't it?
No, nothing happened.
Don't lie to me! There's no way Alice would just run off like that! She wouldn't leave me! Something happened! If she was going to leave, she'd tell me! She... Hey, Clover. Don't you think just assuming Alice was murdered is jumping the gun a little bit? How can you look at her and say that? Scalpels don't just stab people all by themselves! Oh, I see.
I see. I get it now. You're all in on it, aren't you?
Oh god, this is exactly what she said before she went all murder hobo on us in the last game.
It wasn't just one killer. It was 6! No wonder you're so anxious to say this wasn't a murder.
Clover, please, just settle down.
Fine. Show me some proof then. Prove to me in 10 seconds that you didn't murder my friend, or I'm going to kill every last one of you bastards!
Listen, guys, I know this might sound like a wild claim, but she will fucking do it. She will find an axe and murder us all.
You're all going to die just like she did!
Hey, hold on a minute.
9, 8, 7, Clover, 6, 5, 4,
Clover!
3, 2, 1.
Well, let me just open my court record and see what I can find. To be continued. Oh. Huh. Okay. Is that a lock? That's probably a lock, actually. Crew quarters. Is there proof it wasn't murder? Okay. That's a lock. We're going to have to figure out how to prove it wasn't murder. I'm still sticking to the this is a game over option because Clover will have 9. And as that just showed, she can be a little bit unhinged. So, I think we're going to head down the green option this time and see where that leads us, you know? Seriously, what is with this game and murdering Alice? So far, every single timeline, she has ended up dead with a knife in her chest. It's just the time difference. And in this one, okay, she's dead, but now it's a scalpel instead of a knife. Okay, so I don't know how to unlock this lock at all. I only know that the answer to this lock is somewhere in here. Probably. Well, since that's all said and done, I think we're going to end this episode here. In the next one, we're going to, I think, go through the green door? I forget, is this the green option or is it the red option? I forget which one is which. Well, see you guys then.